Have you ever considered the environmental impact of the pills you take or the creams you apply to your skin? These everyday products, which we often take for granted, have a hidden side that goes beyond their healing properties. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the unseen environmental impact of the pharmaceutical industry. You see, this industry, which has been instrumental in improving our health and well-being, also contributes to environmental degradation. How, you might ask? Well, let's delve into this a bit. The pharmaceutical industry generates a wide variety of waste. First, there's packaging waste. From the plastic bottles that hold our pills to the boxes they come in, the pharmaceutical industry is a significant contributor to the world's packaging waste problem. And while some of this waste can be recycled, a large portion ends up in our landfills, or even worse, our oceans. Then there's chemical waste, a byproduct of the drug production process. The creation of medicines involves complex chemical reactions, and these reactions often produce hazardous waste. This waste can contaminate our soil and water, posing a risk to both human health and the environment. But that's not all. Expired or unused medications also contribute to the waste problem. When these drugs are thrown away or flushed down the toilet, they can end up in our water systems, leading to what's known as pharmaceutical pollution. This type of pollution can harm wildlife and even find its way back into our drinking water. So while we may see a bottle of pills or a tube of cream as a symbol of health, it's important to remember that these products have a broader environmental impact. The pharmaceutical industry, like many others, has a significant environmental footprint that's often overlooked. We're not saying this to scare you, but rather to increase awareness. In the scenes to come, we'll explore this topic in more depth, looking at specific issues like air quality in the pharmaceutical industry and the role of the pharmacy in mitigating environmental impact. We'll also discuss ways in which we can all make a difference. So, stay tuned and get ready to delve deeper into the hidden impact of pharmaceuticals. Let's unravel the issue of waste in the pharmaceutical industry. This sector produces a considerable amount of waste, with three main types standing out: packaging, manufacturing waste, and expired or unused medications. Each comes with its own set of challenges and potential harm to the environment. First, let's talk about packaging waste. Pharmaceuticals need to be stored and transported securely, and this often means excess packaging. These materials, mostly plastics, end up in our landfills, contributing to the global waste problem. The sheer volume of this waste is staggering, and it's a significant contributor to the landfill space crisis we're facing today. Next, we have manufacturing waste. This is the byproduct of the pharmaceutical production process. It includes a wide range of materials, from chemical residues to discarded raw materials. The issue here is not just the volume, but the nature of this waste. Some of it can be hazardous, posing a risk to both the environment and human health if not properly managed. Finally, we come to expired or unused medications. When these are thrown away or flushed down the toilet, they can end up in our water systems. This is a less visible, but equally troubling form of waste. These substances can contaminate our water sources, leading to a host of environmental issues. From harming aquatic life to disrupting delicate ecosystems, the impact is far-reaching and long-lasting. The waste problem in the pharmaceutical industry is more than just about filling up landfills. It's about the potential contamination of our natural resources. It's about the hazardous materials that can pose a threat to our health. It's about the delicate balance of our ecosystems that could be disrupted. The disposal of pharmaceutical waste is a complex issue that requires careful management to prevent harm to the environment. It's a challenge that the industry must face head-on with innovative solutions and responsible practices. And it's a challenge that we, as consumers and citizens, must be aware of, because every action we take can make a difference. Air quality is another critical environmental issue in the pharmaceutical industry. If you've ever wondered about the air you breathe, then let's delve a little deeper into this topic. The pharmaceutical industry, while playing a crucial role in improving health and saving lives, also contributes to air pollution. This happens through the release of volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, and other pollutants during the production process. These compounds can have a wide range of effects, from contributing to smog and acid rain to causing health issues like respiratory problems and even cancer. Imagine a busy pharmaceutical plant churning out life-saving drugs, but simultaneously releasing invisible but harmful pollutants into the air. These pollutants don't just stay around the factory, they can travel, affecting air quality in surrounding areas and potentially impacting the health of those who live nearby. But it's not all doom and gloom. The industry has tools at its disposal to combat this issue, and two of the most important ones are air sampling and air handling. Air sampling is a process that measures the types and amounts of pollutants in the air. It's like taking a snapshot of the air at a particular moment. This information can then be used to assess the impact of a facility's emissions and to develop strategies for reducing them. On the other hand, air handling is all about controlling the air within a facility. This involves using systems to filter and purify the air, removing pollutants before they can be released into the environment. Through techniques like ventilation, filtration, and pressurization, the pharmaceutical industry can ensure that the air both inside and outside their facilities is kept clean. So while the pharmaceutical industry does contribute to air pollution, it's not a problem without a solution. Through proper air handling and monitoring, the pharmaceutical industry can limit its impact on air quality. And that's a breath of fresh air for everyone. Pharmacies are the final link in the pharmaceutical supply chain, and they too have an environmental impact. This might not be the first thing that comes to mind when you think of pharmacies, yet it's an integral part of the bigger picture. Pharmacies, like any other businesses, consume energy, generate waste, and unfortunately, they often become the last stop for unused medications. Energy use in pharmacies is multifaceted. It powers the lights that guide us through the aisles, the computer systems that manage inventory, and the refrigerators that keep certain medications at their optimal temperatures. This energy use, while necessary, contributes to the overall carbon footprint of the pharmaceutical industry. Then there's the waste. Each pharmacy generates a significant amount of waste, from packaging materials to expired medications. These waste products, if not properly managed, can pose serious environmental risks. For instance, plastic packaging can end up in our oceans, contributing to the global plastic pollution crisis, while improperly disposed of medications can contaminate our water systems and harm wildlife. The disposal of unused medications is another major issue. Unused or expired medications often end up in the trash or down the drain, leading to pharmaceutical pollutants entering our water systems. These pollutants can have detrimental effects on aquatic life and can even make their way back into our drinking water. But let's not just focus on the problems. Pharmacies hold a unique position in the supply chain, and with that comes the opportunity to promote environmentally friendly practices. They can encourage customers to bring back unused medications for proper disposal, reducing the amount of pharmaceutical waste entering the environment. They can also implement energy-saving measures, such as using energy-efficient appliances and lighting, and promote the use of sustainable packaging materials. Pharmacies don't just dispense medications, they can dispense knowledge too. By educating customers on the environmental impact of their medication use, they can foster a more sustainable approach to healthcare. Pharmacies can play a key role in reducing the environmental impact of the pharmaceutical industry. By making small changes and promoting sustainability, they can help ensure the health of not just their customers, but of our planet as well. So, what can we do to reduce the environmental impact of our pharmaceutical use? First and foremost, we can start at home. By participating in recycling programs for medication packaging, we can reduce the amount of waste that ends up in our landfills. Many pharmacies and healthcare facilities now offer these programs, making it easier than ever to dispose of our medication packaging in an environmentally friendly way. But what about unused medications? Flushing them down the toilet or tossing them in the trash can have devastating effects on our environment. Instead, we can take advantage of take-back programs. These initiatives allow us to safely dispose of our unused or expired medications at designated drop-off points. Not only does this prevent these substances from contaminating our water supply, but it also ensures they don't end up in the wrong hands. But our responsibility doesn't stop there. As consumers, we can advocate for increased regulation of pharmaceutical waste. By putting pressure on our lawmakers, we can encourage the development of stricter guidelines for the disposal of pharmaceutical waste, ensuring that the industry is held accountable for its actions. Pharmacies, too, have a role to play. By promoting and facilitating recycling and take-back programs, they can make it easier for individuals to do their part. Additionally, pharmacies can lead by example, implementing sustainable practices in their own operations and encouraging their suppliers to do the same. Finally, the wider industry must step up. By investing in cleaner production processes, developing more sustainable packaging, and taking responsibility for the disposal of their waste, pharmaceutical companies can significantly reduce their environmental footprint. At the end of the day, the responsibility for reducing the environmental impact of our pharmaceutical use falls on all of us. From individuals to pharmacies to the pharmaceutical industry as a whole, we all have a role to play in preserving our planet for future generations. It's up to all of us to take action and reduce the environmental impact of the pharmaceutical industry. Subscribe for more because you won't find me later.